Configuring arrays of values that are injected into object constructors is very common. It's pretty intuitive, so rather than talking a lot about how it works, let's look at some code. Let's inspect the module catalog etc di.xml. So here is an example, a type configuration for Magento catalog model indexer product full. Make a bit more room here, where the argument indexer list is an XSI type array. And an array takes 0 or more item child nodes. And each item has a name attribute, and the name attribute values make up the keys for the array. And the values that are defined depend on the item's XSI type. In this example, each item is of type const, so the values associated with the keys will be whatever those class constants are defined as. But things can also be a little more interesting. The items can be of type array too, which would give us nested arrays. Another example in this file would be the config view class. Here. So XPath is an array, and there we have the key image, which in turn again is an array, and that has the key view media images, which again is an array, and then there we have the key ID with the value module as a string, and so on. It's a little verbose, but it's still pretty intuitive. These slash separated keys here, by the way, those name attributes, they are not nested subarrays or anything, right? It's still just plain strings, just like XPath or image are. So far, the examples we looked at had simple array values. But of course, arrays can contain objects too. Like here, commands is an array, and here 2 items are configured, each of type object. So let's do a quick example before we wrap up this video. Here in the example module, an array argument is configured, for example, with 2 items, a string class name, datetime immutable, and an object of type object immutable. So we inspect an array to be injected with 2 keys, class and object. Class will be a string, datetime immutable, and object should contain an instance of datetime immutable. Let's try it out. Class datetime immutable, and here we have the object argument.